Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler 2 with me, Herd 37. So things changed. I didn't have time to do that. There's a job going out somewhere near here, and then one coming back from that same airport, but I just didn't have time, so I ended up not doing that. And just updated Air Hauler, new version. They come out almost every day. And looking for some jobs, and actually found a pretty good one right here. Now, it's not one of the highest paying ones, but it is actually quite up there. The really high paying jobs, the $5 grand and everything, look, they're so far $268, $284, and this one pays $4,400, and it's only 97 miles. So if you think about it, that's actually probably the best way to go. And it's up near Columbus. We've actually I can't remember if it was a flight or two ago, we were up in Columbus again, so we're going to go back up there, different airport, and I don't know, I think we have maybe this coming back. You could just fly back, but might as well pick up $2,300. It's a little out of the way, not much when you think about it, and we get our reputation up as well for completing another job, which is really important. But this one's going to be Huntington from our base out to 04I. It's in Columbus, like I said. Household supplies, 491 pounds, pays $44.19. So if we go over here, we'll go to FlightSim Commander first. Here's the weather. Of course, the tower in Huntington will tell us which runway we're going to depart on. And just the 97 miles up here. As you can see, the wind is all coming from the southeast. And this is basically, a crosswind. You can 6 or 24. I just went ahead and put in for runway 6. Basically, I'm not really straight in, but I thought runway 6 would be the best. Well, actually, we might take 24 now that I think about it. Alright, so here is 04I on AirNav, Columbus Southwest Airport in Columbus, Ohio. Here we go. Let's see. I guess this doesn't really matter for us because it's FSX, but it talks about the surface and everything. It doesn't really, like I say, matter because FSX doesn't do that kind of stuff with the soft spots and all that kind of stuff. Privately owned airport. I thought this was kind of surprising. There's actually 16 aircraft there. I thought that was kind of crazy. Based there, and I actually have 32. Flights a day. I thought that was kind of crazy because it's just a small little grass airport. I thought that was kind of crazy. That seems like a lot of flights for a little grass airstrip. I want to check this out as well. 04I. As you can see, it's 2,300 feet long, 120 feet wide. Grass, obviously. And I think we might actually take runway 24 because one thing I should pay attention to. Let's see. Technically an AirNav. Where is it here? Runway 6, blah, blah, blah. Why can't I find it? I was looking for it a minute ago and I found it. Now I can't. Oh, traffic pattern. Left for both. So technically, I guess we should come in for runway 24 so we could do coming in left instead of going around for 6. I don't know what that is. It's like some little weird thing. I have never seen that. Oh, parking areas. So maybe it's a little bit bigger than I thought. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I've never seen anything like that. On a grass airstrip, have parking areas listed? So maybe it's a little bigger than you would think. I don't know. So I guess we'll go for runway 24, actually. And with that, we can go ahead and... well, no, I guess we can't move over. We gotta do all this first. Plane is 96%. Alright, we'll load her on up. 491 pounds. We've got 107 pounds, and it can go 171. Like, it's only 97, so we don't need any fuel whatsoever. Switch this over to VFR. We're going to the north. Let's go 5,500 feet. I don't know why that lists so late. It's kind of weird that it's been doing that. Alright, last position, 2357. Man, that's not at all. Alright, so 12:57 p.m. I don't want to fly at night and do a grass air show, sunglasses, all that. So 12:57, you better be listening. Yeah, I don't like how that changes back like that. Although the other one, it did use, 13, 14, I can't remember. I think that's, I don't even know what that's called. European World Time or something, I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright, everybody, here we are at the plane. I think we're the only ones here. Yeah. Only ones in Huntington. I saw the Twin Otter here last time. Alright. Let's go ahead down here. We'll get her started up. Parking brake is on. Go ahead and turn the battery on. Turn on the beacon and the nav. Turn on the fuel pump. Get that in. Just crack the throttle a little bit. Turn this thing on. Alright, turn off that fuel pump. I'm going to trim it up. Alright, turn on the pitot heat. We'll hit up ATC here. Get out of here. I still don't understand why we can't do VFR now. Just start out with VFR. Just resized.
Departure frequency is 132.905. Squawk by 661.
Alright, read it back real quick. We are going to, like I said, 5,500. We'll put that in.
Fly runway heading, climate maintain 5,500. Departure on 132.905. Squawk 5661. Cessna Alpha Foxtrot Mike, readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.9er when ready to taxi.
Alright, hit over to ground. Request our taxi.
Ground, Cessna Golf Bravo Alpha Foxtrot Mike with Papa, ready to taxi IFR. Cessna Golf Bravo Alpha Foxtrot Mike.
Runway 30. Which is 299. That's where we usually take off anyway. Alright, acknowledge that. This we can turn on the progressive taxi. Parking brake is off. Go ahead and move on over. Go ahead and cancel the IFR. Oh, before I do that, I don't know why I keep forgetting that all of a sudden. Taxi light.
Taxi to runway and request VFR departure from tower.
Alright, close that down. We'll go ahead and go over to the runway. Runway 30. Like I say, it's where they usually have us taxi or take off from. And land. Occasionally they use 12, but not very often. Go ahead and put a notch of flaps out. I guess we'll taxi on down to the end. I think one time I wanted to try and do an intersection takeoff. I've never even thought about doing it from right there. But you have a fair amount of runway. Instead of coming all the way down to the end, you might try that one day. I guess you could take off from this runway. Actually, there's a taxiway right in front of it. Let's go ahead and take that. It's actually in front of that other runway. In fact, they actually expanded the airport since FSX. I think they moved it up to a, because I think it's listed as like 6,400 feet or something in FSX, and they have increased it to actually 7,000 feet now. I'm not sure why. They've never had any like problems. They're not bringing in like bigger planes or anything, but oh well. Head up on the tower, and we're going up to the north.
Huntington Tower, Cessna Golf Bravo.
Should have plenty of runway. We're not all that heavy. Not a ton of fuel. Not quite full in the cargo capacity either.
Mike, clear for takeoff. Runway 30 north departure approved.
All right, acknowledge that. I don't know why I brought the GPS when we have to close it again. Landing lights and strobe are coming on. Alright, get on the runway. We'll do a rolling takeoff. Whoa, sorry, I took my eyes off. Phone started ringing. I checked over on it. Right as I was turning on, a very good thing. Alright, now we'll get on out of here. Yeah, see, there's a ton of runway here. Let's go ahead and rotate, get up in the air. I'm gonna go ahead and retract the flaps. See if she banks. Nope, not banking to the left. I like that. I still don't understand exactly what the heck they did. How that just like, it's almost like it fixed itself, because the update didn't fix it, because it did that earlier in the day with that update. Somehow it fixed itself later. I don't know what, how, or why. I'm just glad that it did. Alright, let's roll out to the right here. Head on up to the north to Columbus. Like I say, it's a short flight, and it just paid so much compared to the other ones. Why fly twice as far and just for a little bit more money, another $1,000? Doesn't really make sense to me. Trim this thing a little better. Climbing about 500 feet a minute. Desired trek is going to be 350. Alright, wind's blowing us a little right. Crossing the old Ohio. I think that's the big Sandy right there where that empties in. Let's go ahead and we'll hit the autopilot. I've already got it set to GPS nav. We're climbing on up. Which has 5,600, 5,500. Oh, helps if you hit the altitude. 5,500, climbing to 700 feet a minute. Alright, we're at 2,100 feet. Somebody up there. Just 95 miles to go. Yeah, I think that's where the Big Sandy empties into the Ohio. Right down the road from me. By the way, everything is in extremely dense. But I like being able to do that. These, like a default plane.
Mike, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Default plane, because you know the default plane runs easy, and in areas that there just isn't a ton of scenery. But it looks really nice. I mean, everything extremely dense. There's not a whole lot out here. Back here, there's a little more. Over in Ashland. Airspeeds is dropping a little bit. We're coming up on 3,000 feet though. 2,900. At 95, start thinning it out a little bit, leaning it. So we're down now to 60 knots. Put that down to 500. She climbs usually really well at 300 feet a minute, which isn't much of a climb. So even at 500 feet a minute, it's still just around 60 knots. Just tell she's really struggling. Put that down to 90. Come on, girl. She's still climbing at 60 knots. You can see how pitched up feels like really bad trying to make that climb. Go ahead and knock that down to 85. It's crazy. It's even got the two bridges. The right coming over to Ohio. That's kind of crazy that they actually have a lot of this right. I mean, that's Highway 23. There's actually a cut around. Is 23. Here's the one going through the main town. They have even the cut around that comes back over here. That's crazy. And they have the railroad tracks. I don't know quite how they do that. And over here on 52, it's craziness that that's actually like actually there in real life. They actually have it pretty correct. It surprises me. Like that, I'm gonna actually put that at 75. I'm gonna go ahead and start knocking this down a little bit. We're at 4,300 feet right now. I'll go ahead and put it at 300. She usually climbs pretty good at 300. See if the speed doesn't start coming up real good. Not really. Came up a little bit, not much though. Alright, got about 900 feet to go on the climb. Put that at 65. And now you can see, look at that. Now the speed starts climbing. Is it just saying that we needed to lean it out earlier? I don't quite understand because I don't know. You don't start leaning out till about 3,000 feet. Maybe we should start leaning out earlier in this plane, I guess. So what she does at 60. Because when we get to 5,500 feet, I'll probably put it at like 45. It won't start the engine. See, the speed picked up a little bit more there. Alright, we're at 5,000 feet, 500 more to go. Oh, I was wondering what that light was. That's Ashland Boyd County Airport. Look, the speed is actually increasing as we get higher. And as you get higher, it's supposed to be harder to climb. You slow down. We're not having those difficulties. Move that to 55. Actually, I'll move it to 50. Because like I said, I'll probably move it down to 45. Might even try it at 40. See if what the engine sounds like. We're actually gaining speed. Maybe the next time when it seems like we're climbing kind of slow, I'll go ahead and lean it out even more quicker and see what happens. That looks really good, doesn't it? Looks really good. Alright, coming up on 5,500 and we'll level out. Let's see. Go ahead and move it to 45. She should come up around 100 knots, I figure. Then we'll start leaning it out a little more. Come on, speed. She's up around 100 knots. She hasn't quite steadied out. Let's go ahead and knock it to 40. Let's see if 35, if the engine starts to sputter at all. Let's try 30. Looks like the speed came down just barely. Back to 35. It didn't sputter it out though, so it sounds like it's alright. I'll go ahead and leave it at 35 since it seems to be doing alright. We've got 47 minutes to go, another 84 miles until we get there. So I'll just go ahead and speed it up and be back in just a little bit. Alright, everybody, slowing it down. We're 20 miles out. Not 11 minutes, it says. So let's go ahead and get on ATC. Tune in here. It's 04I. Where are you? Columbus Southwest 04I. Tune into the traffic. Select a runway for a landing. We're gonna go 24. Full stop landing. And that's our position. Alright, so for 24, we're going to come out to the right a little bit. Move our heading.
5,500 inbound to land. Runway 24.
And we'll switch over to heading. We might have come out a little far to the right. Let's switch that to... Alright. Dead north. I probably shouldn't say dead north, it's just north. You're in an airplane. Alright, let's go ahead and descend as well. We'll go down to 3,000. Actually, we'll go down to 2,800. And the speed is pretty much stayed the same. We didn't quite go as fast as normal, but that could be because of the wind. It was just maybe a 2 or 3 knots slower than normal. I shouldn't say normal. Yeah, I think we came out a little too far there to the north or to the east. And the heading of the runway is going to be 241 degrees. So we shall see. We're 16 miles out. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit to 2x. Just got to watch our speed here. 120 now, so I want to get it into the yellow. We should be alright, though. You can hear it change the sound of the engine, can't you? Should be at 50. Sound like it's sped up. Speed didn't change at all. Alright, we need to put extra more fuel in here because at 3,000 feet we need to be full rich, and we're only about 1,200 feet above that right now. Alright, 12 miles out. I think it's right there, just coming up on the map. %. 80. I'm getting close to the yellow, but we'll be alright. Alright, 100% full rich. And we're 9 miles out. Be in good position, not too far out, but not too close either. There's KTZR, that's where we were maybe an episode or two ago when we had to go back to Huntington. Because we were at that one place where there's like 3 airports around. Actually, I think there's a lot more than that. I had to figure out which one it was. And then I flew over to KTZR and we reported one flying back to Huntington. 6 miles out. That's going to be KTZR right there. We probably shouldn't fly right over them. Although I don't know what would be the procedure for that, because I don't know. Would flying over be better than someone approaching? I don't know that. Guess you would contact them and tell them. I don't know. Is that it right there? Could be that it right there. Those look like a runway. That would be the closest one. There looks like some buildings and stuff on this end of the runway, which is how it would be. Although there's something up here as well. That would be, was that 6I6? I think this is going to be us right here. Because that's obviously a bigger airport. You can see the lights and everything, and that symbol is for the bigger airport. Let's go ahead and start slowing down.
04 India traffic. Cessna Golf Bravo Alpha Foxtrot. Mike is on base. Runway 24.
Alright, bringing down the throttle just a little bit more. Let it go down to 2,500. You see, it doesn't quite go straight, so we got to go a little bit further. Might actually be slightly low. I keep getting low on a lot of these approaches. It causes a problem because then you can't see the daggone runway when you get down so daggone low. One. Actually, we want to get off the autopilot so I can see. Flaps are coming out. That was us. There we go. Got a bunch of little airports around here. Well, not little. Ours is little. The other two aren't so little. Trying to trim it out a little bit better. Like I said, I don't want to descend too quick. Might be kind of low, kind of high. I like to come in higher, because like I say, we come in low so often and lose sight of the runway, and I end up usually way off to the left or right. Pull back on the throttle a little bit more. Second notch of flaps. Now, so we're on final. Make sure I got this.
Final, runway 24 to land.
Alright, we're at full flaps now. I can't tell if that brown thing, is that a building or what is that? I think that's a parking area. If we are high, like I say, I prefer that. to the right at there at the end.
10.
Oh, I knew it. I knew we hit kinda hard. I can't believe I've been doing this bad in a Cessna. We did better than in Air Hauler 1. I don't know what my problem is. I haven't been flying this plane well at all. Like I say, Air Hauler 1 we actually did better. Which is horrible. We should be doing way better than we did in Air Hauler 1. Yeah, I knew when we hit by the sound it made, I was like, that's probably not going to be an okay one. Gotta stop doing that. Money isn't a huge problem, though. Our thing is the rating. We just need to get that rating up. By the time we get there, we'll have plenty of money for another player. So we already got over 100 grand in the bank. I do believe. And maybe on the next flight, because I'm gonna position this self and not record it. Maybe when I do that, I'll try to get the A2A in here and see if I can't use that. I'm thinking if I copy that over to the default directory and then mess with the config file a little bit, she'll start up the A2A instead of this one, which would be very nice.
04 India traffic, Cessna Golf Bravo Alpha Fox.
This is different. I've never seen anything like this in Air Hauler. Like this little area, kind of cool. Go right over here. All right. I'm just disappointed in my landing. I gotta do better than that. Landing lights and strobe should be off. On the parking brake, taxi light come off. Probe heat as well. Go ahead and cut the fuel. Nav, beacon, battery, generator. Alright, everything's off. Stop this as well. And we'll move on over to Air Hauler and get paid. Alright, let's go ahead and unload her. It never says the percent, like is it 100%? It doesn't seem to show that in Air Hauler 2. Okay, finished. I don't know why it still says there's cargo every time. It was a positive landing, took an hour. Took off at 1:03 p.m., landed at 2:03. Took off with 106 pounds of fuel, landed with 55, so we used 51 pounds. Max altitude was 55.16. Max speed was 126 knots. I don't care about the G's and everything. Stalls, no. Overspeed, no. Landing description was positive. Obviously, we had the gear down. Landing surface was grass. No damage to the surface. Oh my goodness, we must have landed horribly. 4% damage. Oh my goodness. We'll probably end up losing something on that job. Because that's our worst landing yet. Landing speed was 46.9 knots. Landing pitch, it says 6.99, negative 6.99. Landing heading 234. Wind speed was 5, coming in from 127. Oh my goodness, we destroyed that landing. Holy hell. Yeah, definitely have to get better. I don't know why I'm doing so poorly. Down to 92%. Wow, that's terrible. So if we went to repair that, it would cost us $7,300 bucks. I'm not going to do it. I wonder if, do we actually go up from that? What does it say? This is the 14th. It looks like it, because cargo is red, right? Yeah, cargo is red. So 24. I think this was last time, yeah. So it went from 23.5 to 24. That one went 23. So it seems to be 0.5 each time. Yeah, so we didn't actually screw ourselves on the rating with that horrible landing. Got to do better than that, though. Just got to concentrate more or something. I don't know. I'm just not doing well with that. I didn't see this one before. 77KY. Oh, that's actually... Where did that come from? I never saw that. But that comes from this airport. I gotta go ahead and accept that. Sweet. So I guess I can't move in the A2A yet. And then when we come down here, well, I'll position over, and when I do that, I'll bring in the A2A and see if I can get it to work. I don't even know that it's gonna work. It's just an idea that I had. Well, I went ahead and accepted that just so. Get it locked in at 672 pounds, which I believe is more than we can actually carry. But we'll just go lighter on the fuel. Air hauler doesn't have a problem with that. So we can, with our fuel capacity, what we have in right now, we can carry 844. So we'll carry that easily with some more fuel. How far did that say that was anyway? 113, that's nothing. Alright. Well, bad landing, but hopefully we made a little bit of money on that. And, well, let me check one other thing. So on this, I still don't quite understand. Obviously, we don't have any factories, but I still don't understand how you buy stuff and go and sell it somewhere else, because people are telling me that they can do that, but I can't figure that out yet. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.